In unit number 1, Foundations of Research, we started with understanding different terms of research so as to get familiar with business research. In that, we discussed different definitions, objectives, characteristics of research, scientific method we have learned, different steps of scientific method we have learned, and also we discussed the characteristic of scientific method. Then going ahead, we discussed the types of research also, if you remember. Do you remember we have discussed types of research? Suraj, Chetan, Rutuja, Shubham.
Yes, sir.
Do you
Yes,
remember?
sir. We have discussed this concept.
Huh, right. We have discussed the different types of research also, like the types of research based on purpose, types of research based on process, and types based on outcome. Just we'll go through very fast the different types of research based on purpose. We have discussed that is there are four types: descriptive research, analytical research, exploratory research, and predictive research. In descriptive research, you will see that the research is based on describing the facts. Here we do not have any control on any of the variables. The different statistical techniques we use are frequencies, averages. This type of statistical techniques are used, and this research is based on facts. We have taken the example of periodic table. Then we saw that another type is analytical research. Here we analyze the phenomena. What we do is we try to discover the causal relation between different variables. Causal relations means cause and effect relationship between different variables. We took the example of how we can see how can the absent rate among the employees be reduced. So for that we can do analytical research, and it is mainly based on secondary data which is already collected data or which is already available data that we have discussed. Then we have exploratory research, in which there is no earlier studies which we can refer. Nobody earlier have done such type of research, and the topic or the question in hand is very new. The researcher do not have any idea about the particular problem, and there is no previous literature available on that particular topic. Then that time we can use exploratory research, and this exploratory research is to explore or get familiar with the question. We try to explore the different dimensions or different angles or different meaning of that question, and relevant information, more and more relevant information regarding that particular problem. The main objective is to understand that problem clearly. And here what we do is basically we use unstructured interview. That means there is no structure, no planned structure of interview is there, questionnaire is not there. We try to use the questions which come to our mind so as to get more familiarity or get more understanding regarding that particular problem. And for getting this information, the interviews are conducted from with different people who are directly or indirectly associated with that particular problem. And in this research, exploratory research, we have also seen that this exploratory research is not helpful for us to draw any conclusions. It is only to understand the problem better and provide direction for the further research. Then we saw predictive research, wherein this research can be helpful for predicting something. And predict something, we first of all understand the relationship between different variables or different phenomenon, and the frequency with which this phenomenon occurs and their association with each other. That we do. And for this type of predictive research, there are different techniques which are used, like regression, linear regression, logistic regression. These type of research techniques, statistical techniques can be used, and in different business scenarios, marketing, clinical settings, government agencies, this type of predictive research is used to predict different phenomena. Then we saw the different types of research based on process. Based on process, there are two types, that is qualitative research and quantitative research. Qualitative research, that means it is based on the quality or kind. It is used in behavioral sciences, wherein we want to know about the feelings or the opinion of different people. We want to discover the underlying motives of human behavior through detailed description. There are different techniques, and the data collected for this type of qualitative research may be in the form of words, pictures, or different objects. Then we discussed quantitative research. In quantitative research, you see that the quantity is important. The measurement is on the basis of quantity. Different questionnaires or equipment also can be used to collect the data, and data is in the form of numbers and statistics. And this data which is in the form of number or statistics, it is more helpful, or it is more efficient and able to be tested. Then there are different types of research which we saw based on the outcome of the research. On the basis of outcome, there are two types: applied research, which is also called as action research, and another is fundamental or basic research or pure research. Applied research, first type, on the basis of the outcome. Applied research means the research which is used to answer specific question or to solve a particular problem. So this applied research is useful for solving a practical problem, which also called as action research. Aim is to find solution for immediate problem or facing which is facing in society or an organization through systematic inquiry involving practical application of the science. This applied research is designed to solve a problem of modern world, then acquire the knowledge. So this the main purpose of applied research is to solve a particular practical problem, not to uh, broaden the horizons of knowledge or to acquire a knowledge. Then the another type, which is called as fundamental or basic research or pure research, which is concerned with generalization and formulation of theory. So it is the main objective of fundamental, basic, or pure research is to broaden the horizons of knowledge, to increase the knowledge, to enhance the knowledge, the intellectual pleasure or learning. It do not have any commercial value attached to the discoveries that result from the basic research. It is not uh, to solve any practical problem. It is to increase or enhance the knowledge base. In fundamental research, you will see that it involves collection and analysis of data to develop or enhance theory and have an understanding of theoretical relationship between different variables. So here in fundamental basic research or pure research, main objective is to enhance, increase the knowledge and theory, and understand the relationship between different phenomena, events, or variables. Understood the types, just we have revised. Earlier we have discussed in detail, but just for your revision, I have just quickly went through that topic of types of research. Types of research clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, okay, thank you. So we'll go ahead and see the steps in business research. So this chart we discussed earlier also. Just we'll have a quick revision and then we'll move ahead. So this chart or diagram we saw, in that the step number 1 is problem or opportunity identification. The step 1 of any research process, business research process, is to identify the problem, or there can be opportunity also. So the research can be done for identification of problem as well as opportunity also. So step number is one is to understand the problems or opportunity first, and once that is very clear, then we go to step number 2, that is decision maker and business researcher meeting to discuss the problem and opportunity dimensions. Then there can be a discussion between the researcher and the uh, decision maker related to that particular problem or the opportunity. Once that is done, the step number 3 is defining the management problem and subsequently the research problem. Herein, before defining the management problem and the research problem, we have a pilot study or the exploratory research, we can say. We explore the problem, we study the background of the problem or opportunity, and once it is done, you see that it will be easy for us to define the management problem and subsequently the research problem. So once that research problem is clear, once the research problem is clear, then we move ahead to step number 4, that is preparing a formal research proposal and introducing the dimensions to the problem. So a formal research proposal is being prepared. The research proposal is prepared on the basis of the dimensions of the problem, opportunity, the theoretical model, framing the different research questions, developing hypothesis. Means while preparing research proposal, we study or we give proposal of the research in terms of the actual problem, the theoretical model regarding that particular solution to that, how to solve that problem, framing the different research questions, and developing hypothesis. All that is covered into the research proposal, and that research proposal is being put forth to the management or the decision makers. And you can see in step number 5, we have a approach to the research, that is research design. We formulate a research design, or we can say it is a research framework with which we can go ahead for that particular research. We prepare a research design, that means a particular framework, or we can say a map for further research. In that, what we describe or what we can state is all the different types of research which we are going to use to solve that particular problem. Measurement and scaling, how do we measure the particular responses of the respondents, questionnaires, sample size, how we decide which sampling techniques to be used, and data analysis plan, how do we analyze that particular uh, data collected. So all that is being stated in the research design or a framework which is to be prepared for moving with the research ahead. Then we go to step number 6, that is fieldwork and data collection. In framework, this fieldwork and data collection, you can see there are different methods of collection of data, like secondary data sources are there. There can be primary primary data collection methods like survey and observation, or we can have experiments to collect the data. So when the data is collected, data preparation, data entry. So the data is prepared for analysis and data is entered into tabular forms so that it can be analyzed easily. Then we go to step number 8, that is performing data analysis. We actually perform the data analysis by using different techniques, statistical techniques like univariate analysis, bivariate statistical analysis, multivariate statistical analysis. There are various types of statistical analysis which can be used for analyzing the data. And once the data is being analyzed, the step number 9 is to interpret the results and preparation of findings. So whatever results we have received after the analysis of the data, that we will have to interpret. We have to understand the meaning of those numbers, and presentation of findings. We'll have to write the meaning of those numbers and interpret what the findings are saying. Once that is done, that data is being provided for management decision and its implementation. These are the different 10 steps we have discussed in research process. So before going ahead, please tell me if you have any query related to the business research process. If you are clear with this, then we can go ahead. Anyone?
So you can proceed.
Acha. So going ahead, applications. Now we'll have to understand different applications of research in the business. You can observe that there are different functional areas of a business, like finance is there, marketing, human resource, operations, logistics, business strategy, ethics. Various functional areas are there in a business. So almost all the functional areas, you can see the business research can be applied. Is there any functional area which is left included in the list? Are all the functional areas covered in this list? Just see the list, or any functional area you want to add in this. Suraj, Vinod.
Sir, R&D.
Research and development, that itself is research, isn't it? Research and development. And any other functional area which is remaining?
Production also, sir.
Production, operations, that is
Scale.
there.
Supply chain, sir.
Supply chain is can be included, supply chain, logistics, isn't it? And any more?
Sales and marketing, sir.
Sales, marketing is there. Any other?
No more, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So different functional areas we have discussed wherein the research can be applied. We'll take few examples or few areas, typical areas wherein the business research is most often used. First, you can see the testing of new products. While designing any new product, when we are designing any new product, first of all we'll have to understand what is needed by the customers. And therefore, first of all, before designing, to understand what the market or the customers or clients are expecting, the research can be used. And once that is understood, we can develop the product which can be then targeted towards that particular demand. So for testing of new products, business research can be used. For any new product, if business research is applied properly, appropriately, we can have a successful launch of particular product. Without having a business research, if you have a new product, develop a product or launch a new product, there are probabilities that the people may not accept the product because it is not based on the research. It is not based on the understanding of the customers. And therefore, before launching a new product or before developing a new product, it is very, very important to have a business research to understand the basic needs of people and then developing the product which can be targeted to that particular market. So that is first important application. Second one is measuring advertising effectiveness. So companies, when they make the advertisements for communicating the different products to the customers, it is very important to understand or evaluate the effectiveness of the advertising. If the advertising is not effective, communicating or having that advertisement can be a very high cost to the company. So effectiveness is very, very important, and therefore to test the effectiveness of the particular advertisement, we can have a research. We can have a, just give a minute. Hello. Hmm. Hmm. So to understand the effectiveness of the advertisement, we can have a business research. So we can have feedback of the customers, whether they liked the advertisement, whether they feel to purchase the product after looking into the advertisement. All that type of research can be done to understand or measure the effectiveness of the advertising. Then guaranteeing adequate distribution of a product or making the product available is very, very important for the success of any product. If the product is not available, then customers may turn to another competitor brands, and therefore for success of any product, the availability is also equally important. And therefore, to guarantee adequate distribution or making the product available for the customers, business research can help us to understand the effective channels, effective and efficient distribution channels with which we can distribute or make the products available everywhere for customers purchase. Then is organizational research and analysis can also be done with the help of this business research. In that there are different areas of organizational research wherein business research can be applied. There can be performance measurement. Performance measurement is one of the tools of management to evaluate, monitor and evaluate the performance of employees. It is also to motivate or to create an environment wherein the people can work efficiently and effectively. So for performance management, we can use business research. Then process reengineering. Have you heard this word reengineering? Do you know what is process reengineering? Harish? Kalyani, Sneha, Suraj, Simran, Rutuja. Have you heard about process reengineering? Shubham?
No, sir.
Process reengineering, that means redesigning of a process. Process reengineering means redesigning a particular process so as to make the process effective and efficient, so as to increase or enhance the output or productivity of particular process. Then we can have departmental assessment of particular department related to the performance that we can have with the help of business research. Then going ahead, that can be this business research can be applied to consumer research. In consumer research, that business research can be used to understand the customers, to understand the consumers' behavior, understand whether the customers are satisfied or not. That is very, very important from the marketing point of view. The marketers need to, first of all, understand the customers better so as to focus all the activities for the satisfaction of the customers. So first of all, understanding customers in all the aspects like their taste preferences, their age, their gender, their location, their occupation. Understanding of the customers is very, very important when we are marketing any or offering any product or service to the customers. If we do not have sufficient information about the customers, it is very difficult for us to market the products or services to the customers. So in marketing, you will see that the first and important thing is that you have to understand your customers very well first. And for that, business research can help you through consumer research. Second is to understand the consumer's behavior. So consumers' behavior in terms of their purchase behavior. How do they purchase? When they purchase? Why they purchase? What they purchase? How much they purchase? All the behavior of the consumers related to the buying or purchase of the particular products or services is very, very important. And to understand that behavior, consumers' purchase behavior, your consumer research can help you. Third thing, customers' satisfaction. To understand whether customers are satisfied or not with the product or service, business research can help you by taking the feedback of the customers related to their satisfaction level towards that particular product or service. Then another application of business research is studying the competition. Studying the competition. Who are the competitors? Who are the key rivals in the market? Who are the key competitors in the market? Who are the major players? What are their strengths, weaknesses? What strategies they use? So understanding the profile or the behavior of all the competitors is very, very, very important for us to formulate the different marketing strategies. Therefore, the business research can help you to understand the different competitors in the market, their strengths, weaknesses, their profiles, their strategies, how they are marketing the products, so as to formulate marketing strategies for our products and services. So here in this application, what we do is we analyze and emulate. Emulate means we try to imitate or we try to have that type of key strategies, or we can match those type of strategies, or we surpass those strategies which could help in our operations. So we first of all we analyze the competitors' activities, competitors' profile, or competitors' strengths, weakness, competitors' strategies, and then we try to emulate, or we try to match, or we surpass. We can try to perform better in terms of key strategies which could help us to establish our share in the market. Understanding? Vinod?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any query you feel free to ask. आहे का Harish?
Yes, sir.
Shall we go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Then in another aspect like recruitment of employees, recruiting good employees is very, very important. So to determine and recruit qualified manpower with right skills and attitude is very, very important. This is HR function. Human resource manager need to recruit the employees, and therefore to have a good manpower or workforce which can help you to produce efficient production or give a good productivity, You need to have good people with right skills and attitude, and to understand that, identify that your business research can help you. Okay, these are all the different typical applications of research in business that we have discussed. So if you do not have any query, we can move to another topic in our business research. Shall we go ahead?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now we'll move ahead to understand the different questions in the research. In the diagram of your business research process, this diagram which we have seen, unit, we have discussed this diagram wherein you have come across that there is a management problem, there is research problems. That means there are different types of questions which we have to we have to go through. We have to convert those questions which can collect data for us, relevant data. So now we'll have to understand first what are the different types of questions in the research. So we'll go ahead steadily so that you understand these basic terms. First of all, the research process begins with a management dilemma. What is a dilemma? Can anybody tell me the meaning of the word dilemma? Have you heard this word?
No, sir.
Anybody, Namrata? Dilemma? Chaitali?
A difficult situation or problem.
Very, very right. So, dilemma means a difficult situation or a situation of confusion where it is difficult to take a decision, isn't it? So, dilemma is a situation wherein it is very difficult to take a decision, a confusion state, what to do, that type of situation is called as dilemma. So you will see that the research process which we have discussed earlier, that begins with a management dilemma, triggers the need for a decision. So that means management wants to take a decision, but they have a confusion or state of difficulty in taking the decision. We call it as a dilemma, management dilemma. That is the first step from where your research process begins. The origin, selection, statement, exploration, and refinement of the management question is the most critical part of the research process. So, once we have dilemma, once we have confusion or difficult situation in taking the decision, another thing is that to refine that management question, we have to first understand what is the real question, what is the main problem, and therefore we'll have to refine that particular statement of question, which can be called as management question. It is the most critical part of the research process. So first of all, you need to understand what is the management question, what the management wants, what is the main problem of the research, or there can be opportunity also. If we are saying a problem, there can be opportunity also. So what is the main problem or what management is looking at as an opportunity? That is the most critical step of any research process. That is the first step, and therefore we'll have to first refine that particular question. We will have to first understand the question clearly. What is the exact question? So once the question is understood exactly, then we can go ahead for the further research. Regardless of the type of research, thorough understanding of the original question is fundamental to the success. So we all have discussed many times that thorough understanding of original question is fundamental to the success. A proper diagnosis or understanding of the particular problem or opportunity clearly is very important for the success of that particular research. If at this stage we are very clear and we are accurate or we are clear, then all the further activities or the steps or process which we are using can come out with a good or feasible or fruitful output. But if we are wrong in at this first step only, then the entire research which we are doing will be a waste. And therefore, thorough understanding of the original management question is very important for the success of that particular research. And one more point I would like to bring it to your notice is well-defined, precise research question keeps your business research focused and your results actionable. So the research questions you will have to frame on the basis of your management question. You will have to develop research question, and if the management question you have identified clearly, and if you develop research question based on that particular management problem or management opportunity, then this research question can help you to keep your research focused on your objectives of the research and your research results to be actionable, so you can get the good results after the doing that particular research. So here in this slide we have understood two three important terms. If you observe, I have highlighted those terms with different color. So these are few terms which we have to understand. That is management dilemma, that is the first thing. Another is management question, and third thing is research question. So from this slide at least we have understood that there are different terms, different types of questions which we have to consider, which we have to understand while doing the research. These three terms are management dilemma, which need to be converted into a management question, that in turn need to be converted into a proper and precise research questions. This is the first step of any research, and that is very important. Getting till now?
Yes, sir.
So we'll move ahead slowly so that you will understand these terms more better. First, we'll take the management dilemma, the state of confusion or the difficulty of taking a decision. So the management dilemma, you will see that it is usually a symptom of an actual problem. The examples of management dilemma can be rising cost of the product is rising, then declining sales are declining, a larger number of product defects during the manufacture of an automobile, increasing number of letters and phone complaints about post purchase of the particular product or service. All these are actually symptoms. These are symptoms, not the actual problem. You can observe that management dilemma is usually symptoms than the actual problems, isn't it? So these are not the actual problems. Rising cost is not a problem, it is a symptom of some problem in your system, isn't it? Getting the point? Rising cost or declining sales is not the actual problem. The problem is something different. Problem may be anything. That may be a different problem in your system. These are different symptoms of the actual problem. Actual problem is something different which you need to identify. Getting this? Namrata, are you understanding? Akshay?
Yes, sir.
Huh. So management dilemma is most of the times it is a symptom. It is not actual problem. The rising
अमृतसर में वो एकदम उधर चलेंगे बीच बीच में बोलती हूँ
the actual problem may be something different, but these are the different symptoms which the management come across, like rising cost, declining sales, or product defects, or the different complaints about the products. These are the different symptoms which management come across, and then there can be a state of confusion or state of difficulty in taking decision, which we call as a management dilemma. So once there is management dilemma, we discuss the research question hierarchy. Unit research question hierarchy. Can you tell me the meaning of hierarchy? Hierarchy means what?
Can I, sir?
हाँ.
Level of the management or uniform?
Correct. Different levels of particular process or different levels of a particular structure can be a hierarchy. So there is a hierarchy of research questions. So the different questions which we are discussing, there is a hierarchy of questions, step by step, or the different levels of different questions are there. There are different questions. If you see this diagram, is the diagram visible clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this diagram, you can see there are different steps, or you can see hierarchy, different levels of questions. First, you can see management dilemma that we discussed. Then is management question. Then is a research question. Then research question is converted into investigative questions. Then investigative questions are converted to measurement questions, and then management decision. So the last step is the taking the decision on the basis of that particular question or information. So these are different hierarchy of research questions. We'll see this in detail. Before proceeding that, why it is important, I have stated here. You can see a well-defined, precise research questions keep your business research focused and your results actionable. To have a good output of your research, or a practical or useful output of your research, you have to develop precise research questions. Precise means specific, to the point research questions that can help you to have a focused research which can result into good results, which can be actionable, on which you can take a particular decision. So again, going back to our diagram, we'll first understand this hierarchy, and we will have one example of this hierarchy, how these uh, questions are converted from management dilemma to management question to research questions, how that conversion is being done, and how it is important, how it can provide you the good results, that we can discuss in further slides. So first of all, before going ahead, we'll see this diagram, what hierarchy is there, what are the different questions, how and how those are converted from one form to another, that we can understand from this diagram. So first is management dilemma, we have discussed. wherein management have a confusion or a state of difficulty in taking decisions regarding a particular problem or a particular opportunity. And we have also understood that this management dilemma are the basic symptoms that cause management concern, and what environmental stimuli raise the management's interest. That means opportunity. So what symptoms that are causing management to be worried or concerned, and what environmental stimuli are raising management's interest. So what are the different symptoms related to a particular problem or particular opportunity? That is the first stage, that is management dilemma. So management dilemma need to be framed properly into a management question so as to understand the basic opportunity or problem behind that confusion or the difficult stage. So management question, that means how can management eliminate the negative symptoms, or how the management can fully capitalize on an opportunity. So while framing a management question, we need to understand how do we get rid of that particular problem, or we can capitalize or we can explore that particular opportunity is the stage, that is management question, wherein we understand completely what exactly is the management's problem or what opportunity management is looking at. So that is a clear framing of management's problem or management opportunity. That is your management question. Third is a research question. Now, what problem or opportunity management is looking at? The research, the person who is doing research or the researcher, he need to convert it into research questions. So what plausible means practical courses of action are available to management to correct the problem or to take advantage of the opportunity, and which should be considered. So in understand or to solve that particular management's problem, or to make that management clear about the opportunity, what research questions need to be developed is regarding the different alternatives or different practical courses of action or the alternatives available to the management. So we need to identify or understand what are the different alternatives available to the management to solve the particular problem or to get that particular opportunity. So that is your stage number 3, that is understanding the research questions. Then we go to the next step, that is investigative questions. Investigative questions, that means what does the manager need to know to choose the alternative form from the available course of action. So to choose the different choose a single alternative from different alternatives, what that manager need to know, what information is needed, is called as investigative question. So what does the manager need to know to choose the best alternative from the available course of action? Among the different alternatives, which alternative is best? To understand that what information is needed, that is suggested by investigative questions. We need to do the investigation to see which alternative is best among the available course of action, available alternatives for action. So what information is needed, that is being questioned through investigative questions. Then we go to next level, that is measurement question. Measurement question, what should be asked to observe to obtain the information from the manager needs. So what should be asked to a respondent or to a customer, what information need to be asked or to be observed by the researcher so as to obtain the information the management needs. That is being communicated through measurement questions. So measurement questions are directed towards getting the information from the respondents The respondent may be anything. A respondent may be your customer, a respondent may be your employee, anyone who is the unit of study for your particular research. So measurement questions are directed towards obtaining the information which management or manager is in need. Those are measurement questions. And lastly, management decision. So what is the recommended course of action given the research findings? So after you do the research or given the research findings, which alternative is best for the management? That is the last step, that is management decision. Have you understood this hierarchy of management questions? Is
Yes,
this
sir.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are the 6 different steps in your management research hierarchy. We'll have a separate example of this in the coming slides, but I think the time will not be sufficient for us to complete that example. So instead of going ahead, I would prefer to stop here. But before we stop, I would like to ask you if there is any query in this whatever we have discussed today. You please feel free to ask me. Anyone, Vinod?
No, sir. It's clear.